Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This week on Simulcast 238, we're talking about price fixing, the OnePlus One wallet, Amazon Prime Video, and we'll talk about more Android wear. And we'll talk about it all right here on the Simulcast. It is Wednesday, July 16th. I'm Bill Stebbins, and you are listening to Simulcast 238. Patrick and I are back this week, even though it's fight night, and I'm missing the fights, Patrick.
That's what DVR is for.
That's right. Jeff F. is using my Slingbox right now to watch the fights, so I had to mute everybody on Twitter so they don't spoil it for me.
That's why I never watched the recorded Game of Thrones. I just can't trust it.
I'm with you. So what's going on this week, Patrick?
Not much, just work.
Been busy?
Yeah, kind of wrapping up stuff. Hopefully you'll take a vacation, a couple. And by vacation, I mean stay at home and do nothing.
I hope it came across in the recording, but you said you were like rapping. Your vacation just kind of kept repeating. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's the echo I hear on my end occasionally.
Attention to that child. Where is she? Oh, God. That would be my youngest spawn right there. Yeah, if you're listening to the audio recording, my daughter just came down. Yes. What? Half. She wanted a Hershey's chocolate bar. All right. Okay. Go up. Good night. Okay. Thank you.
It's not night. I'm not going to bed yet.
Okay. Bye-bye now. So then, how's my week been going? It's been going like that.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I bet you can't wait for August and school to start back, huh?
Yeah. My wife went to the store, and so, yeah, that was the burning question that couldn't wait.
See, I hear myself through. That's weird.
You're hearing yourself through...
Yes. I hear it. It's almost like it's coming back through you. I don't know.
That's weird, because it should be that if it's coming through me, then it should be flipping back and forth, but I don't think it is.
Maybe it's the Kodak or something for the plug-in.
Canary, I'm telling you, that's the way to go.
Because I know it's not... It's got to be digital, because it doesn't show up as on my mixer when the echo comes through.
Yeah, has to be then.
No idea.
Very odd.
I just blame Chrome.
Yep.
Probably has an update I need to do.
You think? All right. Well, let's start talking about the news this week. First up, Apple is spending a metric drop in the bucket, right? $450 million settlement on an Ebook price fixing case. Patrick, what's that all about?
Essentially, we had talked about this about a year ago. Apple, the Department of Justice went after them just like they went after Amazon and several other ones, that they were basically conspiring with the publishers to artificially inflate ebook prices. And so most of the other publishers and stuff have long time settled the antitrust settlements with the Department of Justice. Apple just did theirs. Essentially, the $450 million may not ultimately be what they end up paying, because there's a clause in there that they can appeal to try to reduce it. But if they lose, then they'll ultimately have to pay the $450. Essentially, what they've agreed to do is pay up to $400 million to consumers to basically pay them back, kind of like what we got with Amazon. If you remember, when you got a credit or bought ebooks, someone got an email saying, due to a settlement or something, we're hereby crediting so many dollars to your account. That's what they'll probably do. That's how they'll probably do it.
Interesting. So I wonder what that actually costs them in real money. If they're giving you a credit, they're not actually giving you all that money.
No.
Hmm.
Well, a lot of that too, though, is that it's easier for them to do that, and they can usually get away with it. Some places will essentially give you actual money, but cutting checks and all that stuff, usually if it's like a $4 check, it costs them more to write the check than it does to send you the $4.
Hmm. Interesting. Well, Apple did a bad thing, I guess, and I mean Amazon's accused of this as well, right?
They did a settlement about 6 months ago because there was an email that went across people's after New Year's where they were emailing people and telling them you had so much credit to your account that you could use.
Interesting.
I used it to buy a couple of ebooks.
I need to throw in here. That's pretty much all the Apple stuff this week. There's still rumors of bigger iPhones coming out, and I saw a rumor that the rumored bigger iPhone wasn't actually going to come out until later.
Because there's screen issues and stuff. Although that's a convenient way to say we made it up, but now because it's getting close to time, we don't want to be proven wrong. You create this artificial idea that it's going to happen, just not right now.
It's kind of, I won't say it's funny, but I know several people who are like chomping at the bit to get a 5.5-inch iPhone, and now 4.7-inch iPhone will not be good enough.
Although it makes sense though, because they've lost a lot of their male demographic that have gone over to the Notes and the S5, and so which a lot of them want the big screen, but they'd rather still have iOS. Well, that's how you do it. You give them a bigger screen.
Right.
I mean, it's not. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that a lot of them are looking to ditch their iPad mini and just have one device.
One device to rule them all.
Right.
And into Cupertino buying them.
Yeah, and that's kind of a good segue because that's all the Apple news we have. But I have a OnePlus One ordered.
Woohoo!
If you remember, the OnePlus One is a flagship phone at rock bottom prices, and we talked kind of at length several months ago. I think it was in March, or I don't remember what it was, March probably, about all their campaigns and their PR stuff and how terrible it was, and pretty much given up on getting one because they are using this terrible invite system where you have to be invited to buy the phone. It looks to be a fantastic phone. The reviews on it are coming in really, really strong. It is a 5.5-inch device with a 1080p screen, 3 gigs of RAM, 16 or 64 gigs of memory. It's got a sandstone finish on the back. Let's see, it's 401 pixels per inch, I think, and pretty overall super device, 3100 milliamp hour battery. But like I said, I'd pretty much given up on getting one, and a friend of mine got an invite to one. I'm going to give him a shout out, Ryan Banks on Twitter. It's RJYB. Is that right? I'd hate to get that out wrong. I always get people's letters confused. Hold on, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah, let's have pulling up Twitter too.
Yeah, but so he got one and told me he would. Is it RYJB?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so he said, "Hey, if I get another invite to share, I'll send it over to you." And I'm like, "Wow, man, I appreciate that. Thank you." And sure enough, Monday morning I was having kind of a bad day, and he's like, "Hey, check your email. I think it'll brighten your day." And I was like, "Dude, thank you so much." So I jumped on there and ordered, and yeah, there we go. It's still sitting here processing. It hasn't shipped yet. But
it runs pure Android, right?
It runs CyanogenMod.
Oh, cool.
That's the CyanogenMod phone.
Nice.
So it runs CM11S, and I mean, it looks to be a great phone. It's 4.4, you know, 4.4.2 or something. 13 megapixel camera. It's got a 5 megapixel front camera. I mean, all the spec buttons are checked. A lot of people are pissed off because they can't order one, and I don't blame them a bit. And my view when I couldn't order one was the same. So a huge shout out to Ryan for sharing that invite with me. And no, I don't have any invites to share. I've had some people ask me, but unfortunately they're not sharing any with me just yet. Hell, I don't even have the phone. So
Yeah.
it's shipping 2 days, so hopefully maybe I'll get it Saturday. It's coming USPS. But it was the invite I got was for a 64 gig black. So I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, the good thing with CyanogenMod, basically you're getting Samsung specs with a lot better support for updates.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, and it's nice because it's basically a Nexus style device. You use fastboot to unlock the bootloader. You can root it easily and all that stuff.
Yeah, basically, one of the reviews I saw was basically Nexus style support with Samsung HTC level hardware. Basically, that's the thing with Nexus. It's not always the top of the line hardware, but this is supposed to be really good hardware.
Yeah.
For a good price.
So, like I said, I wasn't looking to switch devices. I'm still happy with my Nexus, but I'm going to try it out, see what it's all about. Should be cool. And it'll run on T-Mobile's LTE, so there we go. The LG G3 is out for some. Our buddy JJB70, he's got it. Right? Yes, no, maybe.
I think so.
Yep. Uh-oh, somebody's coming downstairs. Yeah, so if you're not following Jeff Boothroyd on the Twitters, you should. He's always got some cool device. Miranda. Oh, that's my puppy too. Apparently it's show everything on camera tonight. All right, will you take her upstairs? Go.
Can I have the other?
Sorry. How's my week been going, Patrick? It's like that.
So ready for school to start back.
Yep.
Although I'm sure the wife's not ready.
Right. Not her, but so Jeff's got a G3, and he's kind of, if you follow him, he's kind of been talking a little bit about it.
I saw Best Buy had a sale. I don't know which carrier, but they were supposed to be selling it for $99 on contract.
Seemed like it was all of them but T-Mobile.
That would make sense.
Yep. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. $99 for pretty much a flagship phone. I think Jeff said that the software on it was a little, I don't know, a little janky.
Well, that was always the knock on LG, was great hardware, not always great with software and update support.
Yeah. So, hopefully there'll be a Play edition of the phone, because that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But
essentially, that would be your Nexus 6.
Yeah, could be. I don't know, though. I would hope the Nexus 6 isn't any bigger. The 5 inches is pretty darn near perfect for me. I say darn near perfect because I just bought a 5.5-inch phone.
I just want a new Nexus tablet.
Nexus 9. That's you, Patrick.
My mom, I've already told my mom she can have my Nexus 7 once I get a new Nexus tablet.
That'll be sweet. The news came out, I think it was yesterday. Actually, Ryan Banks asked Verizon rep about the G3, and it actually has a removable battery. Same case design, but the battery's removable, which is kind of odd for Verizon. Of course, they've branded the hell out of it, but I don't know.
Surprised the battery doesn't have branding.
Yeah, no kidding. So that's interesting. I think that one comes out on, what is today? The 16th? I think it comes out tomorrow. 17th, I believe. If you pre-ordered it, it should have already shipped for Verizon customers, and it seems like T-Mobile you could pick it up yesterday. I think Todd got one yesterday. So, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna play around with this OnePlus One and see how that goes.
Cool.
Yep. There was a wallet update today, Patrick. That one kind of caught me off guard. Did you play with it yet?
I haven't played with it yet, although I'm looking forward to it because half the time it's hard to keep track of these freaking gift cards, especially like Best Buy ones where you only use part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing I liked about it is it kind of replaces one of the things for PayPal, and that's the idea that you can send money to each other.
For free?
Yes.
So anybody wants to send me money, it won't cost you anything other than the money you're sending. Just send it on over.
And we all know, just like the government, they just print it, so
That's right.
send it.
But that would be. I haven't read all the details of it, but it seems like a good way if I was buying a phone from a friend or something, and they were going to ship it rather than sending PayPal and doing it as a gift and all that. Just do it through wallet.
Yeah, especially when you're starting to see more support and with the Google Wallet with NFC.
Yeah.
Just charge it.
Yup. So cool, and then so that update is out. If you don't have it already, you should get it pretty quick. I already got it, but Android Police I think has the APK posted. If you
They
need
always do. I'm about to say they always do. When in doubt, go.
I have an if this then that alert set up anytime they post a new APK. Yeah, I get an alert on my phone, and it translates over to my watch, and I'll be like, "Hey, new APK."
The thing I always like about them too is if you happen to be on a computer and see it, you don't even have. You can even be really lazy. Just fire up your barcode scanner, scan this monitor, and boom, it downloads it for you.
See, I always just push bullet over to my phone. Did I mention push bullet? Push bullet's awesome.
I just like it if I'm on a computer, like at work or something, where I happen to see it because I'm at lunch or something. I don't have to worry about going look it up or anything on the device. Just hold my device up to the monitor. Done.
There you go. Google Search has update, and it will tell you if a website won't work very well on your phone, like if it has flash content.
Yep.
So.
Which is good because this may actually force a lot of these websites to finally update. Because if people know it's not going to work, they're not going to go to your website.
Right.
And
I kind of feel like that's what Google's intent there was.
Yep.
So that's cool. And then finally, in Google News, Samsung was teasing the other day about some big exciting announcement. And I mean, I guess if you're a processor nerd, it's a big announcement, but a new Exynos processor with LTE-A support.
Well, let's put it this way. If you're a processor nerd and have Samsung devices in the US, it's big because it means you finally probably get Exynos processors on Samsung devices because it now supports LTE.
That's super awesome. I mean, just like, I'm so excited.
Well, I mean, it's great because in the past you had devices, you had to know where it came from and which model and everything to know what type of processor it had because they had Exynos for the international stuff, usually Snapdragons over here, and usually even with the Snapdragon, most people wanted the octa-core Exynos, but you couldn't have it if you wanted to have LTE support. So at least they're moving towards they can just have a single line, which should help their bottom line and keep the cost better for us as consumers, because that way they don't have to make two different models.
Cool, I guess.
Well, if you think about it, though, if the processor can support all of that, you're kind of getting towards the Apple model where you have one model and it just software will tell you what bands it'll use.
That's true. And that would be nice. I mean, I've talked about that before, that we need to be able to have all the bands in there, and I know there's antenna tuning and all that stuff too that has to happen. But eventually we'll have a phone that just does all of it.
Qualcomm has a chip that's supposed to be able to do that.
Yep. software does all the tuning. That'll be really, really cool.
Yep. And supposedly that same chip can also support any format of wireless charging. The Qualcomm, that is, not the Exynos.
Gotcha. All right, let's see. The Destiny beta is coming out. It's July 17th, I think, for the PS4, and then sometime like next week for Xbox One. So if you've pre-ordered or gotten a beta invite somehow, you will be able to start downloading that. And Patrick, did you download or did you pre-order Destiny?
No, I really haven't played any games for like a month and a half, which is weird.
Well, supposedly I did, and I get 3 beta invites. I got a beta invite. I've already signed up, and I'm supposed to get 3 downloads with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll shoot one your way if I get it.
Cool.
I think you can have it for whichever. It doesn't have to be for the platform that I selected. I think you can do it on 360, since you don't have a One yet.
What do you mean? I have a One. Yeah, I have a One.
Then I have a buddy to play with.
Yeah, I have a launch day One.
That's right. You see, it's been so long since we played anything.
Yeah, I know. I happened to finally take the plastic off of Ghost the other day.
I started playing Ghosts.
I haven't played it yet. I need to send it because I told you I'd let you play it once I got done bored with it. Titanfall.
I'm interested in playing the campaign on that. Does it have campaign?
Yes and no. They do
right.
the camp. It's the one where it actually uses multiplayer so that you have real live people fighting against you.
Right.
Campaign,
okay.
Which to me is kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'd be down for doing that. I still have a couple of your other games, so I have Little Big Planet 1 and 2. I need to send them back at some point.
Actually, no, those I gave you for your kids.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
You're good on that one.
All right, thank you. In miscellaneous news this week, there's a report, and I say that loosely, that Amazon Prime Video for Android is imminent. Like, we're going to get it very soon.
All I got to say is about damn time.
Really? I mean, they're not. It's not like by keeping it to the Kindle stuff, they're really drawing people to the Kindle. People are just not using it, like me.
Well, and it would be one thing if they did that, but they have it for iOS, which undercuts any ability to say that you're trying to get people to go to Kindle.
Yeah, it's definitely bizarre. So hopefully we get it. I mean, that'd be a good option. I'm a Prime subscriber, and I can count on one finger the number of times I watch video on it.
Oh, I watch video all the time on the Xbox One.
Yeah, and I don't. I think if they come out with it and it's got Chromecast support, I'll be all about it.
That would be nice. Did you were you ever a big like Stargate SG-1 fan and stuff like that?
No.
Okay, because that's one of the big series that they have tons of. They also there's a bunch of TV shows where they get the shows. They actually release them right after they show on TV, so that's not bad. They also have been pushing to get a lot of access to series, which is good. Like if you have with HBO Go, if you have other people want to watch older stuff from HBO, you can let them log in through Amazon Prime Video instead of having to use your HBO Go account, like your kids or your wife.
Nice. What the heck just happened? my Chrome screen just flipped to another desktop. Okay. Chrome Canary. Another story that I read this week was that Amazon is considering an all-you-can-read, like a Kindle plan, for about $9.99 a month. I don't read books much at all because generally they have a movie and that's much easier to watch. But my wife reads all the time, and I think that might be something. I think you would be able to get maybe it's not all you can read. Maybe it's like 5 or 6 a month. I don't know. But still, for $10, that'd be worth it.
I think I would read more than I do now. Right now, it's usually a couple big series that I read. I'll wait and pre-order them, and then surprise, it downloaded to. I get an email. Your book has been downloaded to your device, and so I go fire up the Nexus 7 and start reading.
The U.S. Senate is passing a bill that allow cell phone unlocking and make it legal again. Why isn't it legal now?
Because the Library of Congress is a bunch of douchebags, and they let it lapse with one of the exemptions to the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and they basically tried to argue that you were basically manipulating the software, committing copyright infringement by unlocking your device. Unfortunately, I don't think they understand what a SimLock is. That all you were doing is removing it. You were actually not touching the actual manufacturer software. You were just taking off the lock that the carrier was putting on your phone. There was a big push. The FCC had worked with got basically all the carriers to agree to stop locking devices and not unlocking them once you finish paying off your 2-year contract. Most of the carriers had kind of gotten to where they were doing it. In fact, Verizon, pretty much any phone you buy that has world support, it's unlocked out the box, which is why the iPhone, the Verizon model, was one of the most sought after for people buying off contract, because you could use it on Verizon or use it basically as the unlocked model because it came unlocked out the box. But it had a higher resale because it was eligible to be used on Verizon's system. Sprint was the one that was kind of, they had promised, but then they kept dragging their heels. People were getting mad because they refused to unlock the 4 and 4S. And with the change in the law, suddenly it became potentially against the law to unlock the device, which for the individual, it's never really been a big issue because they're not going to go after individuals. But you had companies for people who maybe aren't as technically inclined, or resellers were unlocking the devices so they could use it on prepaid plans and stuff to make them marketable. And so they were under the risk of being pursued for copyright infringement. And so the House had passed a bill earlier this spring that allowed it. The Senate just passed their own version. And so now we'll basically have to wait for them to reconcile between the two versions. But it should allow for unlocking. Most of this will come pointless 2015, as all the carriers are officially bound in 2015 to unlock your device after the completion of your contract.
And so they should. I mean, I understand that they don't want to do it while you're in contract, but the fact that it becomes your device and you can't do what you want with it after you've paid for it, or if you buy it outright, they should be able to unlock it right there.
I mean, that's like buying a house, paying off your mortgage, and the bank won't take their name off the lien.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or I should say their lien off the title of it.
Right. And then finally, Verizon's prepaid plans now support LTE, and they're pretty weak prepaid plans. I mean, I think $45 for whatever minutes and 500 megabytes of data. I mean, I don't know about you, but I could burn through that in 20 minutes.
I don't worry about it though. That's why I have unlimited.
That's right. Me too.
I checked I'm halfway through my month. I checked earlier, and I was at like 9 gigs of data.
I don't even look anymore.
I just happened to look because I was going to pay my bill, set my bill for auto pay to make sure it went through. But yeah, I get to work, I set up my hotspot, and I invite my coworkers to use it. It's better than the office one, and they're like, "Oh, do you mind?" I was like, "It's unlimited. Use what you need."
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm paying for, or that's what your office is paying for.
I told them, just look for WinterNet is coming.
That's funny. So you want to follow the Simulcast? Well, great. We're on Google+, plus.thesimulcast.com, or google.com/+thesimulcast. We are on Twitter at the Simulcast. You can also email us podcast@thesimulcast.com, and you can call us at 203-903-CAST and leave us a voicemail. Somebody should do that just to make sure it's still working.
I think Clay needs to send us 2.
That's right. We plugged his show and everything and never even got a shout out.
Preferably a drunk one.
Yep. All right. Casting Couch, Patrick. I got to watch some stuff this week. And believe it or not, I played some video game.
What?
I've had Call of Duty Ghosts in the digital wrapper for 4 months. I think 4 months. And I finally played it on Friday night. I think it was Friday. I don't know. One night this weekend I got to play. And I played for about, I don't know, 2.5 hours. It's pretty good. I don't know if it's my favorite storyline, but it was fun.
Does it have, like, with, of course, even like Black Ops 2, I don't think had it as good. The thing I always liked in Black Ops 1 was it had the battle testing one, like online, where you could it basically simulated online play to practice the maps and everything.
I don't remember seeing that. I haven't played any of the multiplayer. All I did was played the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of fun because you do have a German Shepherd. His name's Riley, and you can send Riley out to kill people. So my puppy was down with me while I was playing, and there's a part where you actually play as the dog, and so you could hit the button to make it bark, and so I just kept spinning in circles hitting the button to make it bark, and it was going around my surround sound. My dog was running all over the basement. It was hilarious.
Just make sure your dog avoids the cops.
That's right. Don't get caught.
No, you get shot.
And then I watched a couple more episodes of Orange is the New Black. That was so I think I'm on episode 5 of season 2 now, so only about 6 more months of me watching it and I'll be done at this rate. And then 24, Live Another Day, wrapped up that. And without any spoilers, I will say that I was not happy with the finale.
No one ever is.
Yeah, so if you watch that, I hope I didn't spoil that for you, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts. Anyone's thoughts, whether or not you don't even have to tell me. You don't have to discuss what happened. Just whether or not you appreciated it, liked it, disliked it, thought it was shit. I did not like it. No like.
You don't like it?
No like. What are you liking this week, Patrick?
I'm still in season 1, but I've been going through Orange is the New Black. I'm glad I started watching it. It's actually a really great show. Plus, it gives me something to hold me over until football starts and all the fall shows.
Well, didn't football just wrap up?
No, that was soccer for the World Cup. Football is almost over with its off season.
Football. Oh, you mean American football?
Yes. Oh. Not football.
That sport I don't like.
You just don't know what you're missing.
Fair enough.
Especially, of course, down here, NFL it's big, but nothing compared to like college and high school football. It's like a religion.
Right.
But then the other thing I started watching, it was the original series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I found out that it's on Showbox, and it has all of the episodes of the original series. So I had a little nostalgia moment and started watching some of the old 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoons.
Awesome. All right, picks of the week. I've got a good pick this week, and I guess I should take my watch off. Let me see if I can show it to you. No, not that. It is the Starwatch watch face. Can you see that?
It's the pad screen?
It is from Star Trek.
Yes.
Yes.
PADD.
Yes, it's pretty cool. It's free.
Now, if only it had a voice and would beep when you say it and have like the computer of the Enterprise talking to you.
You could say, "Okay, Jarvis." Oh, wrong thing. Sorry. I'm not a good geek when it comes to Star Trek stuff.
It's a good thing my phone's not connected. It would have started talking to you.
Yeah, but I also have the Matrix. You see that? That's my other watch face.
Nice.
That's kind of cool.
That's what my Nexus 4 was running.
I like it. So what do you have? Did you get your thing, your button?
Yes, I've been using it this week. I actually took it out a while ago, but I like it because with my Note 3, unfortunately, if I want to make a phone call and if my phone's just like sitting off to the side in the vehicle, it's hard sometimes to get my thumb over to the left, far left for the phone to open up the dialer. Well, now I have it where I just hit the one button at the top and it opens the dialer, so I can quickly call people.
Awesome. Mine is still en route from China. I guess $2 doesn't go very far these days.
You know, there's issues when the shipping costs more than the device.
Actually, it was free shipping.
For you, but I'm sure it cost them.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I don't know how they can sell stuff from China for $2 and make any money.
Slave labor.
I guess. I shouldn't laugh about that. That's not funny.
Especially considering that's kind of why all these U.S. companies have relocated there.
True. All right, Patrick, why don't you tell everybody where they can find you when we're not doing our 35-minute podcast?
You can find me on Twitter, handle LShuLaw2009. You can find me on Google+. Easiest way to get there is plus.technicallylegal.net. And, of course, you can email me at patrick@thesimulcast.com.
All right, and I am Bill Stebbins, at Bill Stebbins on Twitter, google.com/plus Bill Stebbins for all my other social media information. I should have the OnePlus One later this week if you want to know my thoughts on it. I may even try and shoot a couple videos if time permits. But that's going to do it for Simulcast 238. It's Wednesday, July 16th, and we will be back hopefully next week. Send us some emails and drunk voicemails, Clay Russell. Good night.
Later, guys.